Hello and welcome back to our Monday morning motivations. We're here at the very end of the month of November and just so excited to be able to say once again, happy Thanksgiving to all of you. I hope that your Thanksgiving was great, but even if it wasn't as good as it could be, we already know we still have a lot to be thankful to God for. Now we're wrapping up what we've been dealing with throughout the month of October and November. That is 8 relationships that every leader needs to have. And we've talked about the Nathan relationship and the Jonathan relationship, the Timothy relationship, the Peter and Paul relationship. We've talked about Barnabas and Zacchaeus. We talked about Joshua and Caleb before we took our Thanksgiving break. And today I want to end with one that is a little bit unconventional, because not a person, it's a place. And that is, we need a relationship with a Jerusalem. A relationship with a Jerusalem. And the place Jerusalem is the place where you come and that becomes home for you. When you think about the word Jerusalem, or Jerusalem, we could even say, it refers to the city of peace, the place where you find peace, the place where you find consolation. I like to refer it back to, when you're growing up and you're playing tag with your friends and you run around chasing each other, and if I tag you, you're it, or if I tag you, you're frozen. But there was always a place called glue. And sometimes it was the front porch of your house, or maybe it was the big oak tree out in front. But if you could just make it to that place, that was the place called glue. Well, every one of us from a spiritual standpoint, every one of us as leaders needs a place that we can go to, that when we get to that place, that's when we can receive the word, we can receive correction and instruction, and we can really exhale and just kind of let our hair down, so to speak, and not have to be concerned about ever being hurt in that place called our Jerusalem. Now that means then that we got to recognize that we all need our people. I don't mean that from an arrogant standpoint or like we're being exclusive in some way, because we're also not talking about being a part of a clique, but we're talking about being a part of a family. And there ought to be people that you do life together with, you do ministry together with, that really is just like a family. And so sometimes you get this in denominations, but for so many of us that aren't a part of a denomination, we're maybe independent churches or maybe have some other governmental structure, just because we're not a part of a denomination doesn't mean that we don't still need a family. We all need a family. And I promise you, if you take the time to pray about it and seek out friendships and relationships, you'll find that God will plug you into a family relationship so you can come and be transparent, learn to be authentic with other people, and learn how to really engage in true relationships. My whole point for these 2 months of teachings here is to help us as leaders to recognize that we can't do this thing all by ourselves. We can't just hang out here on this island trying to do ministry alone or trying to lead people all by ourselves. There's some things that we go through as leaders that nobody else is going to understand except for another leader, which is why you got to find your Jerusalem. What's your tribe? What's your troop that you can connect with, that you can be a band of brothers with, that when one swings, we all swing, is the way we like to say it, which means we're all in the trenches together. I'm celebrating you and rooting you on. You're celebrating me and rooting me on, exchanging ideas, encouraging each other in the midst of the trenches. We all need to find our Jerusalem. And I'm convinced if you're open to it, and if you take the time to talk to God about it, He will show you where your home, your family of friends are, so that even as a pastor or a leader, you're still connected to somebody else and another family. God bless. The month of December is coming next week. Can't wait to share with you the great things God has in store. Have a good one.